we was doing, Salakia, my phone had died, so it had cut off. So that's why the live screen was interrupted. Salakia, but we're going to finish where we left off at. This is St. John chapter 15, verse 18. And it says, if the world hates you, you know that it hated me before it hated you, right? So we know ultimately our Lord Yahweh Shah was hated first by the world when he walked the earth. You know, he was a man that was perfect, had no sin, nothing was found within our Lord, but yet the people still. So we know ultimately if us believing in Yahweh Shah and we're trying to follow after his ways to the best of our abilities, that those same spirits that were during that time are back now, we know that they're going to hate us as well, just like they hated the Lord back then, right? Verse 19, if you are of the world will love his own, but because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you, right? So we was doing everything it is that the world deems pleasurable, and we was out here being sodomites, being wicked, being demons, and being everything that these people say that we need to be in order to fit in with their society. Guess what? The world will love us, man. They will love us if we was out here doing the things in which it is that is pleasing unto the flesh. You know, these people will accept us, but seeing as though we don't partake in those things, they hate us, they despise us, right? They look down upon us, you know? Verse 20. And it says, remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also, right? And this is going into the time of Jacob's trouble in that hour of temptation that I was talking about earlier, where a lot of us will be killed and sent into these private prisons, man. We will face, you know, being persecuted, man, for the name of the Lord's sake, right? But we got to endure no matter what it is that may come our way, no matter what it is that may fall upon us in these times, whatever the Lord might have for our lot, we got to endure it no matter what, man, even if it does come with death. Because, you know, brothers and sisters are not going to take that shit, man. You know, we're not going to take that shit, man. And that's why it's going to be called the hour of temptation. Because a lot of people are going to be tempted to take that thing, man. You know, they're going to take everything away from you. That's why you see them taking away the food stamps and the Section 8 and all of that stuff from Keisha and Big Shirley now. Because guess what? When they bring in this new digital system, if anybody want to receive those same benefits in which it is that they were once receiving, they're going to have to conform to this new system, man. Right? And we know ultimately that's what this devil is trying to bring about, man. You know, that RFID hit, which is a major part of prophecy. Right? And we know that that thing is getting ready to be made manifest soon because we see everything else that's happening. World War III speeding up, the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble. So we know the chip is around the corner, man. And it's getting ready to come, man. You know? So I'm going to read this precept. This Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hands or in their foreheads. And that word mark goes into the Greek word charagma or charagma, man, which means, you know, he's basically going to put an implantable device in your right hand or in your forehead, man. You know, and that's what the agenda is of these devils, man. That's what they want to have, global control and domination over the people, man. Mainly you Israelites. That's why they're going to try to put this chip inside of you, man. You know? And this is why a lot of people are ultimately going to take it, right? Verse 17 tells you why it's going to make a lot of people conform. That's why it's called an hour of temptation, man. People are going to want to, you know, continue to go shopping, go clubbing, you know, go to parties and to be able to mingle in society and dance and all of these things they do now. They're going to miss doing all that. So what they're going to do to try to get that comfort back, guess what? They're going to take this chip, man, right? Verse 17, that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name, right? And we know ultimately what's going to be the judgment for those people that take this mark, man. The Lord is going to punish you, man, by those thermonuclear missiles and the laser beams from the chariots, right? That's going to be a lot of people's judgment for taking that charagma, man, right? That's why we recommend none of you Israelites to take it. But we know there's going to be a lot of people that will, and the Lord is going to judge you, man, right? So this is Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. And it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive and receive his mark in his forehead on his hand, the same shall be the blood of the wealth and power by Hashem Yahushua, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, man. That's talking about the righteous anger of the Lord, man. The Lord is going to pour that out upon these people during the Third World War with those ICBM missiles, man. That's how he's going to pour out his wrath upon those that take that chip. And we don't want to be caught up in that judgment, right? So it says, and shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, which is our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, which is going to be in that fathership, that chariot that they ignorantly call a UFO, man. He's going to beam up his elect. Then he's going to start slaying these people in Babylon the Great, man. Those that have taken his ship and those that are not of his elect, man. They're going to be judged, right? And I'm going to go to a precept just proving that. This is Isaiah chapter 66, verse 15. And it says, for behold, the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, will come with fire and with his chariots, right? Which is what they ignorantly call UFOs. That's what the Lord is going to come with, man, right? And it says, like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire, which is going to be those chariots, right? Shooting out the laser beams, man, upon those who take that mark, right? That's see here. Verse 16, for by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. So basically, the Lord is going to judge a lot of people that take that charagma, man. You know, this is pretty much everything we had to say with today's lesson, because it's pretty raining bad out here, you know. I got to get ready to leave. So with that being said, I'm going to end this lesson by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, while learning truth 100% according to the Bible. So the next time I'm going to say, Shalom.